After putting up otherworldly numbers playing for the Houston Texans my rookie season, I begged the organization to release me, and they finally did it, and now I can sign with any team in the league. I have offers on the table from over half the organizations in the league, but not only am I going to secure my bag, I'm going to sign with a team that's going to shock, surprise, completely discombobulate the entire NFL. I am officially one of the highest paid players in the league for the most underrated up-and-coming team in the entire NFL, the Detroit Lions. But before game one, we're already off to a crazy start. Zachary Mobley, who to my knowledge wasn't in competition to be the starting quarterback, and he's now my QB1 over Jared Goff. Keep in mind, Zach is a rookie, being thrown into the fire day one, but when you got weapons like myself, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jameson Williams at your disposal, it really don't get no better than that. And then on top of that, you cannot forget we got D Swift in the backfield and Samaje Perine backing him up. Bro, offensively, weapon-wise, we're loaded. With me and Zach both getting ready for our debut as Lions against the Pittsburgh Steelers, we've been trying to build as much chemistry as possible, and so far, he's looking pretty solid. And when I tell you, bro, this dude has a cannon for, bro, Zach has a bazooka for an arm, delivering 50-plus yard bombs like it's nothing with pure accuracy. And I had to let the rookie know I can be a little unorthodox, maybe even off cue if you will at times, but I will never do anything that will promote a mistake on his end. To say the absolute least, I'm extremely excited for the season, but with all this hype and these expectations, we have to show up, produce, and perform, and if we don't, we could be the laughingstock of the league. We start the season off at home against the Steelers, trying to get off to the best start possible. There's no way we lose week one at the crib, but we're struggling the first half. We're down 17-0 late in the second quarter, and for some odd reason, I'm struggling to get the juices flowing. I'm making a few plays here and there, but not what I need for this team right now. But to me, it's very obvious what the problem is. We have so many playmakers on the field. We're going for the home run play just about every time. We need to slowly but surely chew up the field. But it's only the first half. I believe we go into the locker room, we sit down, we run through the game plan one more time, we get everything locked in and locked down, make the adjustments that we need, we'll be fine. We're not fine. Just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and this game getting out of hand is an understatement. We're getting absolutely destroyed right now. And to make matters even worse, my quarterback is out here seeing ghosts. He has two receivers pretty much wide open on the same side of the field, and he throws a pick to who we thought was Casper the Friendly Ghost. If you thought just for a second that I wouldn't touch the end zone in my debut for my new team, you're crazy. I catch a bomb, even though we're getting blown out, in the back of the end zone for our first touchdown of the game. The problem in the first half wasn't going for the big play continuously like I thought. It was because those plays weren't designed for me, but now that they are, I'm making big catch after big catch, chewing up the field. Coming into the season, people believed Amon-Ra was the best route runner in this team, but I could sell a fish water with how well I sold this route inside, picking up this touchdown, giving us our second of the game late in the fourth quarter. We took a bad loss, a very bad loss, and even though Zach threw for nearly 400 yards through the air, bro, 4 interceptions, if he doesn't clean that up soon, we're in for a terrible season. We're looking to bounce back this week against Green Bay on the road wearing these beautiful throwback unis. In my humble opinion, these might be a little bit better than our current away option. Throughout this entire week, I've been excited, overly excited for the matchup against star cornerback Jair Alexander, but the game plan the coaches drew up was for me to avoid him at all costs, if that's even possible. But on a serious note, ladies and gentlemen, let's say a prayer for number 21. He's completely lost on this route as I pick up the first touchdown of the game. Oh my gosh. With how well the protection is up front for our rookie quarterback Zachary Mobley, there's zero reason why he should be throwing terrible picks like this. That little interception problem he has is starting to become a big one. And to think, I dreamed of a matchup against Jair all week, and when that dream finally comes true for the first and only time this game, an overthrown ball will determine that matchup. We're down 2 scores halfway through the fourth, and even though we've been making a lot of mistakes leading up to this period of time, I will not allow us to go quietly. I pick up another touchdown, making this a 1-score game. A 10-point loss, and we just didn't have what it took to overcome Green Bay on the road. Even though it's early in the season, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. That's 2 consecutive L's. It's week 3, and I'm on a mission to help us secure our first win of the season. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I create enough separation with my routes for any quarterback in the NFL to put this ball on the money. But the only person that Zach continues to throw the ball to is these DBs on the other team. Here on 3rd and 9, I got absolutely jammed up, but I end up putting old boy on skates, and Zach put this ball perfectly over my shoulder in a bucket. Before the season started, we were projected to be one of the most explosive, if not the most explosive offense in the league. And throughout an entire quarter, we can't even put up 3 points. It's okay to have a slow start to a game here and there, every couple of games, every now and again, but 3 straight games where we struggle to put points up early is absolutely unacceptable. And we really can't shift any blame on the defense. We're on the road at Carolina against a decent Carolina team, and so far they've only put up 17 points. And for the first time throughout this entire game, we're actually in the red zone looking to get into the end zone, because going scoreless is just, no, it's just not going to happen. Although we make our way into the end zone for the first time late in the fourth quarter, it won't be enough. We lose our 3rd consecutive game. At this point, we're just serial losers. With our season getting off to a terrible start, our head coach hit me up and I told him straight up, the quarterback play is the reason why we aren't having the success that we should. So they called him up to the office and basically let him know he needs to turn it up a notch. So right now, not only is it pressure on us as a team to get our first win, but it's more pressure on Zach Mobley than ever. And for the first time in what feels like ever, we actually put up a touchdown in the first quarter. Now it's up to us to keep the momentum rolling. And as long as Zach is throwing those balls accurately, I'm going to catch them all. I believe my ability to create separation within my routes is amongst some of the best in the league, probably ever. I completely distribute this DB after planting my foot into the ground, and Zach delivers a perfect deep ball. And did I forget to mention that we single-handedly have one of, if not the best black uniform combo of all time? Imagine if we had black helmets, if not black pants to go with this. My gosh. Yes, sir. The Julian and Zach duo continues to dominate. I don't know what it is about the way he places his balls perfectly over my shoulders. It's just perfect every time. And real quick, can somebody do me a favor, because I don't want to do it? Tell this DB he's an absolute fool for not trying to slow me down, put hands on me or anything at the line. I'm wide open. I go and touch to further our lead. And finally, we secure our first win of the season. And I'm going to be honest, calling out Zach was the best thing we could have possibly done. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions on the day. And I personally have my best game of the season, 217 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. I went crazy, balled out. Shout out to my QB for stepping his game up. Thank you. Now, for most NFL fans, GB stands for Green Bay, but for us, it means get back. And that's exactly how we open up this game, with a big play to start this one off. And like I said, this is a get back game. I'm taking this one very personal, and we draw first blood as I get into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. I guess Buddy ain't get the memo. Somebody should have let this safety know, when you see me coming, you better get out of that back pedal a little bit early, because I have real wheels and my quarterback has an arm like no other. Lately, I've been somewhat fearful calling for passes across the middle of the field because Zach throws so many picks that way, but today he putting them balls exactly where they need to be. We've been flying over the top lately, tearing defenses apart. I count 4 guys on this play dropping back deep, which leaves the middle of the field wide open, and we can just expose it. Round of applause for my offensive line. Round of applause for my big boys up front. They allow Zach to hang tight in the pocket and deliver a perfect ball, picking up the touchdown. We did our thing today. We secure a win over a team that embarrassed us just a few weeks ago, and I think now we're starting to unlock our true potential. We've got Chicago this week on the road. I'm not sure how noticeable or unnoticeable it is, but I've added on 5 pounds of muscle since last season, because these safeties in the league, oh, they hitting. 1st and 10. We're backed up on our own 1-yard line, and this is just completely unnecessary. But on the first play of the drive, we throw a deep bomb. I catch it on 2 DBs, and now we're at the 50-yard line. I'm mostly known for my speed, but now I'm going up top, catching passes on DB's head, tossing guys, diving into the end zone. What am I on right now? Just under 10 seconds left before we walk into the tunnel for the half, but today I'm putting my full skill set on display. I'm snapping ankles, catching head tops, doing it all today, just going crazy. The media is always talking about how much help Justin Fields needs on the offensive side of the ball, but where the ankle truck at? Because the ankle bully is out here on full display, going crazy today. We have a comfortable lead here in the 4th quarter, and at this point, I'm just doing what I please. I run a custom route, and Zach is so used to me being off script, he still places a perfect ball, but somehow this wasn't a touchdown. At this point, it's just starting to become routine that we kick the game off on the first offensive possession with a huge play to kick the game off. It's getting nasty. As much as I try to solely focus on my career, my play on the field, and just my craft in general, moving to a whole different state is a huge deal. As a professional athlete, I don't think it goes talked about enough. When you have to move from state to state and all of the adjustment periods, the learning, the picking up you have to do so quickly on a season-to-season basis. And of course, this doesn't apply to every player every season, but for me to be a young guy still in this league and traveling to a whole different area code with my entire family, yeah, it can be tough. Yeah, you heard me right. My entire family. Well, my immediate family. Mom, dad, aunties, a few uncles, some siblings, my grandma, nothing crazy, but it is a nice chunk of us. I take care of all of us because when you're in this position making millions of dollars every single year, I feel somewhat obligated to look after my people, and they make the adjustment period that much easier. And there's nothing like having a supporting cast who's gonna be there and back you up 24/7 no matter what you do or where you go. I love it. It's crazy to think we started this season off on a 3-game losing streak to winning our last 4 games straight, and it could be 5 if we win this game against Las Vegas. And wait, can we take a second to acknowledge my quarterback's ability to place a perfect ball? Come on now, and then my toe tapping ability is bar none. I said it. I told you, eventually I will become a head tap machine, and usually I just put my hands out, but now I'm high pointing that thing. Being down 24-7 in the third quarter to a Las Vegas Raiders team who I would consider mediocre is outlandish. It's the fourth quarter and we only have 7 points. Nah, hold my Gatorade cup. Zach put this ball exactly where it needed to be because he knows if we need a touchdown, I'm the go-to guy. It's 3rd and 8, under a minute left. Zach drops back deep in the pocket, delivers a perfect ball, and I pick up the touchdown to put us within 3 of at least sending this game into overtime. We do take this L against the Raiders on the road, but winning 4 of our last 5 games, we're definitely excited for the back half of the season. But if we want to get into the playoffs to dominate, we got to turn things up a notch.